Part 24. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 263. Disaster. It's unbelievable that the Super-4 cockroach was suppressed with ease. Facing the astonishing scene in front of them, countless strong men from all dimensions couldn't help but look horrified and incredulous. You know, Super 4 is cockroach's most powerful mode right now. It would be really bad if even the 4th level Super Saiyan could not defeat the 4-star dragon. Come on cockroach, you must not lose. At this moment, many passionate people began to cheer for cockroach. After all, in their hearts, cockroach is already their spiritual pillar. If even a strong man like cockroach cannot defeat the 4-star dragon, then the Dragon Ball world may really be over. After all, there are no gods of destruction, angels, great priests, or kings in this world. And now cockroach is also the most powerful warrior in the universe. If even he can't resolve this crisis, then no one can. Unlike those who supported cockroach, the villain bosses kept laughing arrogantly at this moment, and they were already describing in their minds how cockroach and the earth were wiped out. Too strong, it is so beautiful. 627, wonderful. If you can give me a drop of the blood of Lord 4-star Dragon, I will do whatever you ask me to do. In the world of Demon Slayer, Fallen Princess looked at the 4-star dragon in the picture, her eyes showing extremely longing. She believed, if she can get a drop of the blood of a 4-star dragon, then she can easily defeat the sun and easily dominate the entire world. Even Muzan Kibutsuji cannot compete with her. Ha 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 ha, just kill this cockroach like this, 4-star dragon. In the world of One Punch Man, a group of weirdos headed by Hungry Wolf kept laughing wantonly, looking at cockroach in the screen and making weird noises. Thief haha, facing a powerful warrior with a temperature of 6,000 degrees Celsius, what method are you going to use to deal with him? In the world of pirates, Doflamingo couldn't help laughing, his eyes full of sarcasm. In his opinion, this 4-star dragon, with a body surface of 6,000 degrees Celsius and an aura that is no worse than cockroach, obviously has a huge advantage. If you can lose in this way, then you should go to Kaido's mine to mine. Got it? Oh, hee, that damn Saiyan monkey, you don't think that you are powerful just because you transformed into some kind of Super Saiyan 4, do you? Now do you know what it means that there are people outside the world and there is a sky outside the world? In the world of Dragon Ball, Frieza looked at Goku embedded in the wall and couldn't help but cover his mouth and sneer. In his eyes, what kind of Super Saiyan level 4 is this? Not as strong as his golden Frieza form, you must know that his golden form can defeat Super Blue. The Super 4 in front of me is at most a little stronger than Super Blue, and is still much inferior to his golden form. In the picture, the figure of the 4-star dragon came to Wukong. His palms suddenly gathered together, and a golden hot energy continued to gather in his palms, spreading out with a temperature that was countless times higher than the surface of the sun. In an instant, it blasted towards Wukong's direction. Boom! As the 4-star dragon's golden energy fireball blasted out, the entire building was burned to ashes at this moment. Fortunately, at the last moment when the golden energy bomb hit, Wukong teleported away from the range of the energy bomb. Otherwise, even if he is in the Super 4 form at this moment, he will still have to shed a layer of skin even if he is immortal. Boom! As Wukong's figure suddenly appeared behind the 4-star dragon, his palms continued to blast out golden shockwaves. It blasted towards the direction of the 4-star dragon, and the 4-star dragon showed no sign of weakness. The two began a fierce shockwave collision. Boom 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 boom. In a series of crazy battles, Wukong and the 4-star dragon have exploded with all their strength. Shockwaves and roars resounded throughout the world, and fierce body collisions continued to resound throughout the world, making countless strong people fight for their strength. Such a shock. Although Wukong is in a tough fight at this moment, he still maintains an excited smile on his face. Ever since the incident with Majin Buu, He hasn't had such a hearty battle for a long time. Although he had fought fiercely with Baby and Super 17 before, the two fights were not as intense as the current one, and they were not exciting battles at all. A battle with a sympathetic opponent like the 4-star dragon is dozens of times more enjoyable than fighting Baby. Soon after, the battle entered a fierce stage, only saw, in mid-air, the palms of the two people were close to each other's faces at the same time. Sure enough, you have a plan. It seems that you are slightly better than me in terms of speed. Looking at the 4-star dragon in front of him, Wukong couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth slightly, then showed a confident smile and continued, but, in terms of strength, I am much stronger than you. Bang! As soon as he finished speaking, Wukong's head suddenly hit the 4-star dragon's forehead. The terrifying force and the forehead that was comparable to the hardest material in the world knocked it away instantly. Look at me, 10 times the power of turtle-style Qigong. As Wukong's voice fell, the blue Qigong in his palm continued to merge into it, the breath of destruction continued to spread out, and strong fluctuations continued to spread out, causing the surrounding space to continue to distort. However, facing Wukong's movements, the corners of 4-star dragon's mouth rose slightly. His speed suddenly became extremely fast. The moment before Wukong blasted out his Qigong, he was in front of Wukong as if he teleported, and also used Qigong. The wave reversed to Wukong's back, boom. Along with the violent roar, the 4-star dragon couldn't help but sneered. He grabbed Wukong's arms with his two palms and said the turtle-style Qigong wave must condense the chi in the palms. At that time, your movements will be. There was a moment of complete stop. No matter how short the time it takes, you can't match my speed. Yeah? I didn't expect this, so let's give it a try. Turtle-style Qigong wave. As Wukong's voice fell, his palms began to gather together again, and then his figure continued to flash in the void, and the 4-star dragon also continued to chase his figure. However, after just a few seconds of chasing, the 4-star dragon's body suddenly stopped. Wukong's figure continued to flash around him, and his eyes were tightly closed. When he sensed Wukong's true location, his palm suddenly blasted out a dazzling shockwave, blowing Wukong away. Hateful, he was so fast that he had no time to use the turtle-style Qigong wave. Slowly climbing up from the ruins, Wukong's brows could not help but frown tightly, and his face was a little ugly. At the same time, the figure of the 4-star dragon had also been chasing after him, and the two figures entered one after the other. Ruins, seeing Wukong once again put on the posture of turtle school Qigong wave, the 4-star dragon looked a little angry. You idiot, don't you understand that your turtle-style Qigong wave has been cracked by me? As his voice fell, a blazing light wave filled with terrifying energy suddenly penetrated the void and rushed towards Wukong, who released the turtle Qigong wave. However, the 4-star dragon's Qigong wave hit not Wukong this time, but a mirror. Nanny. Looking at the broken mirror not far away, 4-star dragon's expression suddenly changed, and he felt an unprecedented sense of crisis in his heart. At the same time, behind him, Wukong's sneer also slowly sounded. It turns out to be a mirror. I really lose this time. Kill me. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Fila Novel Network. At this moment, 4-star dragon already understood that victory was far away from him, and he no longer had the slightest chance of winning. Although, his strength is indeed extremely powerful, even Goku in his super 4th form can fight with all his strength. But obviously, his fighting experience is far from Wukong's opponent. Although he has the ability to heat up beyond the sun, when Super 4 Wukong caught the flaw, he had almost no chance of survival. This battle was indeed he lost. Only, to 4-star dragon's surprise, Wukong patted him on the shoulder and did not kill him. I still owe you a favor. After all, it was easy for you to kill Xiao Fang before, but you didn't do that. In response to Wukong's words, the 4-star dragon couldn't help but snorted, saying that he would not kill women and children. So that's it, you still have merit. After the words fell, Wukong's figure suddenly rose into the sky, broke through the barrier of the high wall, and came to the sky again, and the figure of the four-star dragon followed closely behind him. From now on, we don't owe each other anything, so we can fight to our heart's content, come on. As Wukong's voice fell, red light suddenly gathered in Wukong's palm. The extremely amazing energy seemed to explode the entire universe. The unparalleled power swept out continuously, forming a red sphere. On the other side, a blazing energy light ball was condensed in the palm of the four-star dragon 2.5, and the power continued to spread out, but the audience could feel that the energy light ball of the four-star dragon was obviously not as good as Kakarot. The outcome of this light wave confrontation can be announced in advance. The fourth level of Super Saiyan is indeed invincible. Seeing this, countless viewers, I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief, with a joyful smile on my face, but, just as the two people's energy was about to explode, a blue shockwave with an extremely cold meaning surpassed the four-star dragon's light wave and rushed towards Wukong's direction at an astonishing speed. Faced with this sudden attack, Wukong couldn't even react. Boom! In an instant, Wukong's right arm was frozen into ice. How is this going? At this moment, Wukong's eyes widened and he looked at the ice on his arm in disbelief, wondering what happened. The four-star dragon's eyes suddenly shrank, and he turned his gaze to the tall buildings in the distance. On the top, there is a figure similar to the four-star dragon. However, his skin color is different from that of the four-star dragon. His body is ice blue, and his whole body exudes an extremely cold aura. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 264. This guy, could it be another evil dragon? Looking at the ice dragon similar to the four-star dragon in the picture, the faces of the audience in the world couldn't help but change, and a strong uneasiness emerged in their hearts. This guy, his breath. So strong. Not much worse than a four-star dragon. If this guy joins forces with the four-star dragon, I'm afraid even the Super 4 Kakarot won't be able to compete with the two of them. Big brother. In the picture, the four-star dragon suddenly widened his eyes and shouted in disbelief. Damn it, is this guy the eldest brother of four-star dragon? Not only Kakarot in the picture was stunned, but also the audience watching the picture were stunned. No wonder this guy looks so much like a four-star dragon. It's like changing your skin color. It turns out that this guy is the eldest brother of four-star dragon, so it seems normal that he looks almost the same. Etc. Does the evil dragon have brothers? Ha 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 ha, you are still as talented as ever, four-star dragon. Looking at the two nervous faces in the picture, S.I. Xinglong's brother couldn't help but sneer. He is the brother of four-star dragon. That is Samsung Dragon. Don't meddle in other people's business, brother. Regarding the words of the four-star dragon, Wukong was also very confused. Does the evil dragon also have brothers? After that, the three-star dragon picked up the backpack at his feet, and that was the backpack where the Dragon Balls were stored. And Xiaofang, also attacked by Samsung Dragon. Grandfather, sorry, Dragon Ball, snatched away. In Wukong's arms, Xiaofang was covered in scars, and her voice was filled with exhaustion and weakness. Amidst Wukong's shouts, Xiaofang also fainted due to excessive fatigue and scars. Obviously, Xiaofang was attacked by the three-star dragon when Wukong and the four-star dragon were fighting. Not only was the Dragon Ball taken away, but it was also damaged. How dare you treat Xiaofang like this, I will never let you go. Looking at the three-star dragon in the sky, Wukong's face was filled with anger. The terrifying aura, wrapped with cold murderous intent, continued to spread out, sweeping across the entire planet and even all the worlds, making many viewers instantly feel like it's like falling into an ice cave. At this moment, Gaku is really angry. Extremely angry. In response, the 3-star dragon sneered, threw the Dragon Ball to the 4-star dragon, and then rushed towards Wukong's direction. However, at this moment, the 4-star dragon stood in front of the 3-star dragon with a dissatisfied look on his face. There is no need for you to meddle in other people's business, big brother. I will decide the winner with Sun Wukong myself. Get out of my way, seeing you two fighting like that just now will only make me angrier and angrier. As the voice fell, the figure of the 3-star dragon suddenly shot out. The terrifying speed caused the body to explode the atmosphere instantly. Even the 4-star dragon failed to stop the 3-star dragon in time at this moment. Boom! Arriving in front of Wukong, the 3-star dragon's palm suddenly stretched out, a blue wave spread continuously, an extremely cold breath spurted out instantly, and the dragon wings behind it stretched out. An area of thousands of miles around was frozen into ice. Even Wukong's hands were frozen at this moment. The whole world seemed to have turned into an ice age. The temperature that originally became scorching due to the 4-star dragon, at this moment, it plummeted suddenly. How can this be? What kind of terrifying low temperature is this? Even I feel extremely cold at this moment. In an instant, countless strong men in the world felt an extremely cold feeling. It was a terrifying chill that was enough to freeze their souls. Absolute zero. 3-star dragon. After the high temperature with the surface temperature of the sun appeared, the terrifying ice warrior appeared. At this moment, in countless dimensions, most of the beings who could use ice energy collapsed on the ground, and their whole bodies were shivering from the cold. It was the first time in their lives that they felt such a cold chill. Absolute zero. This is a power more terrifying than the sun, and not only that, coupled with the aura of the Samsung dragon that is enough to overwhelm the entire universe, this chill has been increased countless times. Even those who have the existence of absolute zero power cannot compete with it at all. What Gray, Winter General Imber, Aokiji, S. Death, Hitsugaya Toshiro, Golden Saint Kamuo, Muningsuo, Shiba Miyuki, Toyama Yaya, Ice Lord Ying Huan Huan. Facing this unparalleled cold, they didn't even have the courage to move a finger at this moment, as if they were suppressed by the supreme bloodline, and they didn't dare to take any offense at all. In the absolute zero temperature blessed by such a terrifying aura, they dare not show any disrespect to it. Even the supreme Hanming of the perfect world felt extremely solemn at this moment and did not dare to show any contempt. This icy chill, coupled with this powerful aura, even he found it a bit tricky. Ha 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 ha, now you can't use both hands. In the picture, as the 3-star dragon's words fell, he ignored the 4-star dragon's obstruction, and suddenly rushed towards Wukong, giving Wukong a fat beating with his arm sealed by ice, and instantly blasted out he hit countless fists, causing him to scream in agony. Come on, what's wrong with you? To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Filu Novel Network. While letting out a weird laugh, Sang Xinglong kept punching and kicking Wukong, with an extremely sarcastic expression on his face. Bang 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 bang. Facing the fierce offensive of the 3-star dragon, Wukong continued to spit out blood from his mouth, parrying his attack with great difficulty. This 3-star dragon, the strength is no worse than that of a 4-star dragon. Moreover, coupled with its insidious behavior, this is an evil dragon that is countless times more terrifying than the 4-star dragon. With his hands frozen, facing such a terrifying 3-star dragon, Wukong had no power to fight back and could only passively resist. And just when many spectators in the world thought that Wukong was about to be defeated, they saw the body of Sang Xinglong suddenly stopped, and Wukong stuffed his shoe-clad feet into Sang Xinglong's mouth. As long as I hear some idiots laughing so ugly, I can't help it. To deal with people like you, just one foot is enough. Facing the confused Samsung dragon who was mumbling and speechless, Wukong's legs kept hitting the Samsung dragon and kicked it away. That foot of yours seems to be getting in the way. With a sneer, a light green light suddenly appeared in the eyes of Sangxinglang. Following waves of invisible fluctuations, the strong chill instantly froze Wukong's right leg into ice. This time it's the left leg, and the whole body. Following, Samsung Dragon once again shot out a ray of light, completely freezing Wukong's left leg and body, turning it into a huge ice block. Looking at the scene in front of them, the faces of the audience from all over the world could not help but change, and they felt extremely horrified in their hearts. Ruined. Kakarot was actually frozen by the Samsung Dragon. Facing this absolute 0 degree of ice, can Kakarot still hold on? To know, if Wukong hadn't been in Super 4 state at this moment, he might have been frozen to death. And even with Super 4 strength, it can only withstand the cold. I'm afraid it won't be able to crack these ice cubes. In the Dragon Ball world, the warriors on the earth couldn't help but change their faces, their expressions were extremely horrified, and they felt extremely anxious in their hearts. Dog, Wukong. You must hold on, you must not lose to the evil dragon. In that world, if even Goku, who can transform into the 4th level of Super Saiyan, is defeated, no one will be able to protect the earth. You look really embarrassed like this. To be honest, you are a failure. In the picture, looking at Wukong who was frozen into ice, the 3-star dragon couldn't help but sneered, then turned his attention to the 4-star dragon and said, "Did you see it? My stupid 4-star dragon, this is how the battle is. That's it?" On the other side, Wukong, who was frozen in the ice, couldn't help but change his face, and felt extremely anxious in his heart. Damn it, unexpectedly, even with the power of Super Saiyan 854, this thing would not have any reaction. Next, this kind of failed work will only be embarrassing if it is not broken into pieces and let people see it. Looking at Wukong who was frozen into ice, Sangxinglang couldn't help but think of a bad idea in his heart, and looked at the displeased 4-star dragon. "I'll leave him to you, 4-star dragon." "What? You have also seen that now Sun Wukong is frozen and can't even move a finger, now just use your special explosive attack to attack him, and his body will be shattered immediately." Looking at the hesitant 4-star dragon who clenched his fists, the 3-star dragon couldn't help but urge, "Hurry up, what's wrong with you? I have given up this credit to you. I hate this way of fighting the most. Dealing a fatal blow to a defenseless person is something I can't do." In this regard, 4-star dragon completely exploded, feeling very unconvinced in his heart. "If you hadn't interfered with it this time, brother, I would have won long ago. I will use my strength and my skills to defeat him." Seeing such a stubborn 4-star dragon, the 3-star dragon, as the eldest brother, can only beat up the stupid younger brother. "How long will you continue to talk about this, you idiot? The thought that you idiot is actually my brother makes me unable to hold my head up. I must change your naive idea this time. Come on, show me what you're capable of, go kill Wukong, hurry up." Pulled the 4-star dragon up from the ground and pulled it in front of Wukong who was frozen into ice. The 3-star dragon shouted impatiently, "I see." After struggling in his heart for a moment, 4-star dragon suddenly made a decision. A fireball like magma suddenly condensed in his palm. Terrifying energy continued to fill it, and the fiery breath continued to spread out. Terrifying power sweeping all the worlds. At this moment, countless spectators from all over the world clenched their fists and looked at the movements of the 4-star dragon in the picture with pale faces, feeling deeply powerless in their hearts. Could it be said that Kakarot is really going to die here? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 265. At this moment, countless viewers turned their attention to the picture, watching the movements of the four-star dragon with bated breath. Some fans who supported and loved Cyan Kakarot looked extremely pale at this moment, and felt in their hearts, I felt deeply uneasy. No. Kakarot, don't die. Enlightenment, Wukong, there is no way you will die here. Dad, come on. Son Wukong, stay alive and defeat them. Kakarot, I won't allow you to fall here. In the Dragon Ball world, countless warriors and Goku's friends and relatives shouted out, with extremely anxious expressions on their faces. Even the god of destruction Beerus and the angel Whis looked at the scene with solemn expressions at this moment. Everyone is waiting for the next ending. Did the four-star dragon kill Kakarot, or did Kakarot break through the ice? Or will other accidents happen? This moment, it will be revealed eventually. Explosive attack. In the picture, under everyone's gaze, the four-star dragon finally blasted out a magma fireball filled with terrifying power in his hand. The terrifying temperature instantly caused the surrounding ice cubes to continuously melt, blasting towards Wukong's direction. Go! Boom! Instant, terrifying flames erupted, and waves of fire comparable to the explosion of the solar system instantly surrounded the entire surrounding area. Faced with such a terrifying attack, it was simply unimaginable that any living being could survive such an attack. Countless spectators, all ice and fire ability users, felt their scalps numb, and their whole bodies could not help but tremble, as if they were in two heavens of ice and fire. At the same time, I feel this terrifying attack that far exceeds the temperature of the sun, and the feeling of zero that comes from the powerful strength of Samsung Dragon. Looking across the entire universe, most warriors cannot defeat the two of them joining forces. Their strength has far exceeded the limit that countless viewers can understand, beyond their knowledge. Unlike Quan Wang's erasure ability, this is something they can see every day, but it is beyond their understanding. However, just when many viewers and the warriors of the Dragon Ball world are in despair, in the pillar of fire rising into the sky, Super 4 Goku's figure slowly walked out of the terrifying flames, as if an ancient god had descended into the world. This moment, most people understood. It turned out that the four-star dragon did not intend to kill Kakarot, but used its terrifying flame temperature to melt the ice surrounding Wukong. Could it be that the four-star dragon originally wanted to kill Kakarot, but accidentally melted the ice on Kakarot's body? In the pirate world, Luffy couldn't help being stunned, and asked everyone with some doubts. "Fool, can't you see that the four-star dragon has no intention of killing Kakarot? He deliberately used flames to melt the ice on his body, you idiot." On the side, in the eyes of everyone as if they were looking at fools, Sanji couldn't help but give Luffy a kick. A similar scene also appears in a small part of the world, but the vast majority of the audience is extremely happy. After all, no matter what the reason is, as long as Kakarot can survive. As long as it's not, you will have a chance to defeat them both. Didn't I ask you to kill him? In the picture, Sang Xinglong turned his eyes to the four-star dragon on the side, and couldn't help but said angrily. In this regard, the four-star dragon did not respond to the three-star dragon, but from the eyes of the four-star dragon, the three-star dragon also understood him. The idea of this stupid brother. But Wukong smiled evilly, looked at the three-star dragon and said slowly, "Wait a moment, the four-star dragon, give me 10 seconds to get rid of this guy, I can do it in a moment, keep fighting with you. Can you take care of me in 10 seconds? Isn't that too contemptuous?" As Sang Xinglong's sneer fell, a powerful aura suddenly erupted from his body. At this moment, the entire earth was frozen into ice again. The powerful aura continued to sweep out. At this moment, the entire planet, they were all frozen into ice. Not only that, as the powerful aura continued to spread, the terrifying low temperature even swept across the entire solar system. The astonishing aura spread out to the entire universe with Samsung Dragon as the center, and the solar system and even the entire galaxy are frozen into ice. Sorry, I'm serious. Wukong was not to be outdone by the explosion of the three-star dragon. The powerful aura swept out in an instant. It was even more powerful than before. The unparalleled aura has far surpassed every moment in the past and reached a new level. Field. Since I have never encountered any too powerful enemies, the potential of the Super 4 form has not been fully tapped. And at this moment, faced with the continuous threats of fire and ice, Wukong's Super 4 form seemed to have been opened up to the second channel of Ren and Du at this moment, instantly surpassing the limit again and reaching a more powerful level. Then let's compete. I'll start counting the seconds for you now. However, before Sangxinglong could finish his words, Super 4 Wukong showed no martial ethics at all. He stepped suddenly and came to the front of Sangxinglong at an extremely fast speed. His right fist with unparalleled power landed instantly. It hit the Samsung dragon's face and blasted it away hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. As Samsung dragon continued to count down the seconds, Wukong's attacks continued to fall on him. Even he could only passively resist the terrifying offensive, but he still could not withstand Wukong's terrifying power, and his body kept flying upside down. It's not over yet, turtle-style Qigong wave. As Wukong's voice came out, the power of anger completely exploded at this moment, as if the power that could destroy everything was constantly gathering in his palm. The blue light waves were like the most brilliant stars in the universe, constantly emitting beautiful sounds. Another scary blue light. However, just when Wukong was about to release the turtle Qigong wave, his eyes suddenly shrank and he stopped in his hand about to release the Qigong wave. I saw the camera turn. Sangxinglong actually grabbed Xiaofang and took him hostage. What the hell? This Samsung dragon is so abominable, he is simply the scum of scum, and he is actually able to do such a thing. At this moment, countless audiences in the world kept spitting fragrance at the Samsung dragon. Even many famous villains cursed at this moment, saying that the Samsung dragon lowered their level. See for exciting novels, go to Philu Novel Network. Unexpectedly, Samsung dragon already possesses such great strength, but he actually did such a disgraceful thing. As villains, they felt deep contempt for Samsung dragon's extremely disgusting behavior. If you can't beat him, you threaten your opponent with a child. You can be considered a strong person? It's too shameless. Of course, some scumbags who are truly shameless and have no lower limit are naturally extremely excited. They feel extremely admiration and even admiration for Samsung dragon's behavior. Next, the three-star dragon in the picture threw Xiaofang, and the moment Wukong caught Xiaofang, the three-star dragon suddenly attacked Wukong, constantly chasing Wukong. But when Samsung dragon kept humiliating Wukong, Wukong held Xiaofang with one hand and grabbed Samsung dragon's ankle with the other hand, slamming it to the ground. You are really going too far. How dare you use Xiaofang as a shield? I can't spare you. Wukong, who was extremely angry, suddenly threw the three-star dragon away, and then carefully placed Xiaofang in his arms on the ground. This time I must deal with you. Turtle-style Qigong wave. Wukong's hands suddenly gathered together, and all the energy in his body continued to pour into them, and the blue light shone out again, and just when Wukong was about to blast out the Qigong wave, the despicable three-star dragon hid behind the four-star dragon, making it impossible for Wukong to blast out the shock wave. After, taking advantage of Wukong's daze, his eyes suddenly shot out a ray of light again, freezing Wukong's body. This time, I'm going to take action personally to deal with this arrogant boy like you. In mid-air, ignoring the four-star dragon's question, the three-star dragon slowly stretched out its palm. His palm suddenly changed and turned into a shape like a fort. Colorful energy continued to flow into it, and a dazzling light green shockwave suddenly blasted towards Wukong's direction. However, just when the beam is about to arrive, But Wukong's body suddenly shone with golden light, and the terrifying aura instantly shattered the ice around him, releasing a wave of turtle Qigong condensed in the ice. Boom! As the golden light waves and green light waves bombarded together, terrifying aftermath swept out. However, Wukong's Qigong, Wangda's, wave was suddenly superior, and in an instant, the three-star dragon's light wave was completely blasted. Gone. How can this be? The icicles I launched should not be destroyed by external forces, in the panic-stricken eyes of Sangxinglong. Super 4 Gaku slowly flew in front of him, looked at Sangxinglong with extremely cold eyes and said, "Unfortunately, I will not be fooled twice. My body will immediately remember a move that I have seen once, so I have already opened the protective barrier." You really lost, Samsung Dragon. For me, the breath in front of me has already surpassed myself, and with Super 4 Wukong occupying a huge advantage, 3-star dragon couldn't help but beg for mercy, and even knelt down in the void. He even asked the 4-star dragon beside him for help, asking Wukong to spare his life. Looking at Sangxinglong's appearance, countless strong men in the world couldn't help but feel ashamed of him. Come on, this guy Sangxinglong. But with extremely powerful power, it can even easily destroy the entire universe. If powerful exists, how can you be greedy for life and afraid of death? He actually gave up his dignity and did such a panic. In response, most of the audience shouted loudly at Wukong in the picture, telling him never to let go of Samsung Dragon. Otherwise, this one-sided guy who is like a grassroots man will definitely come back again. Just like Frisia back then, he was not a good thing. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 266. Wukong, your goal should be to get the 3 stars, right? You don't have to take his life. In the picture, under the plea of the 4-star dragon, the 3-star dragon also took out his 3-star dragon and handed it to Wukong. Oh well, you are right about the 4-star dragon. Under the 4-star dragon's plea and the 3-star dragon's humble begging for mercy, Wukong couldn't bear to completely obliterate the 3-star dragon. 3-star dragon, you should be happy that you have such a good brother. As long as you are willing to hand over the Dragon Ball to me, I can go wherever you want from now on. However, just when Wukong gave up his guard, call out. The 3-star dragon's 5 fingers were stained with the ice on the ground, and then he drew out the energy in it as a supplement, and launched a fierce attack at Wukong. You are too naive. As the voice of the 3-star dragon fell, his 5 fingers instantly crossed the void in front of him, as if he wanted to rip through the entire world, instantly slicing Wukong's eyes and the huge building behind him. Ah! Along with a trembling wave, Wukong's miserable cry suddenly came out, and he kept covering his eyes. Kakarot, blinded by Samsung Dragon. Ha 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 ha, you are as hopelessly stupid as the rumors say, son Wukong. Looking at Super 4 Gaku covering his eyes, Sangxinglong couldn't help but sneered. How could I surrender to you obediently and hand over the Dragon Ball to you? Big brother, is your nature really that bad? Besides, the 4-star dragon asked angrily. Didn't I tell you many times? As long as I win, I don't care at all. Son Wukong can't see now and his strength has been reduced by half. The outcome is now decided. As Samsung Dragon 140's words fell, his body suddenly rushed towards Wukong and launched a fierce offensive towards him. That's not necessarily the case. With a roar, Wukong's fist suddenly flew out, and the fist with huge force suddenly fell on the abdomen of Samsung Dragon. The terrifying power instantly penetrated the abdomen of Samsung Dragon, causing it to collapse on the ground. Even if I can't see it, I can still clearly feel your despicable aura. Then, under the shocked eyes of countless spectators, Wukong slowly raised his fist, and his angry voice echoed through the sky. Dragon Fist. Boom. Instant. Blazing golden light suddenly shined out, sweeping across the entire planet. A golden divine dragon burning with golden flames suddenly burst out from Wukong's fist. The extremely spectacular and powerful divine dragon broke through the clouds, carrying Wukong's anger. After entangling an area of thousands of miles, it circled the entire sky several times. However, it fell straight to the ground. In an instant, golden light illuminated the entire sky, and the sky couldn't help but dim at this moment. The earth began to tremble continuously, and the terrifying power of the fist completely killed the three-star dragon in an instant. This is Dragon Fist in Super 4 form. What kind of power is this? The three-star dragon was instantly destroyed by this punch. At this moment, the strong men from many dimensions could not help but stand up instantly, their eyes widened, and their mouths opened wide enough to swallow several duck eggs. It is difficult to describe the complicated emotions in their hearts at this moment. Is this really Dragon Fist? Why is this power different from what I saw before? This was simply more powerful than the shock that the turtle sect Kagong wave gave them 10 times. Ebaj, at this moment, countless martial arts masters shed tears, as if they had witnessed the birth of a miracle. That is the most powerful punch that almost all martial arts masters pursue to win. Super 4 Gaku at this moment, to them, they are like gods. Countless martial arts masters knelt down to Wukong at this moment, with their hearts filled with reverence. At the same time, the warriors in the Dragon Ball world were also extremely shocked, and at the same time they were also ecstatic about Wukong's power. Future Gaku, it's really reliable. Even Vegeta couldn't help but admire Kakarot at this moment and admitted that Kakarot was stronger than him. In the God of Destruction, Beerus, the God of Destruction, and Whis, the angel, slowly narrowed their eyes, and huge waves arose in their hearts. Not only them, but all the gods of destruction and angels were shocked. From Super 4 Gaku's Dragon Fist, they felt the suffocating and terrifying power. Turn out to be. In addition to stepping into the realm of gods, creatures actually have such a powerful evolutionary root. Even they can't accurately know how powerful Wukong's body is at this moment. But under this terrifying Dragon Fist, they could feel the extremely powerful power from it. That is, power comparable to the God of Destruction. At the same time, Jiren from Universe 11 suddenly widened his eyes, unable to suppress the fighting spirit in his heart. This Super Saiyan level 4, it can actually give him such a strong sense of oppression. It's almost comparable to Kakarot, who just started the ultimate freedom skill. As the picture continued to play, the 4-star dragon in the picture sadly picked up the 3-star dragon, and couldn't help but feel filled with emotion. Although Samsung Dragon is indeed very insidious, but after all, he is also the eldest brother of 4-star dragon. Even though Samsung Dragon has all kinds of shortcomings, at this moment, the 4-star dragon also felt a little sad. After that, the 4-star dragon turned his attention to Wukong, who was constantly trying to use the spring to clean his eyes. In the surprised eyes of many viewers, the 4-star dragon gave Wukong the medicine that could heal his eyes. 4-star dragon, you. To read exciting novels, go to Feel a Novel Network. Let's wait until your eyes heal before we start our battle. Goodbye, Wukong. After the words fell, the 4-star dragon turned around and prepared to leave. 4-star dragon, I didn't expect that I owe you another favor. It seems that I am indeed too naive. At this point, the two of them couldn't help but laugh sympathetically at the same time. Such a scene also made many viewers feel a little warm. After all, not every villain is as sinister as the 3-star dragon. Although the 4-star dragon is also an evil dragon, it is not much better than the 3-star dragon. However, in the incredible eyes of countless spectators, boom! In an instant, a blue shockwave burst out, instantly penetrating the chest of the 4-star dragon and the potion in Wukong's hand. 4-star dragon, what happened to the 4-star dragon? Feeling the sudden attack and the rapid passing of the 4-star dragon's breath, Wukong's face couldn't help but become anxious. "I don't want to wait." Suddenly, a hoarse and cold voice sounded, reaching the ears of Wukong and all the audience. Moment. The astonishing evil aura spread out, and the unparalleled powerful aura enveloped the entire world, shocking countless viewers. This guy. His breath, why is it so powerful? Not only that, even the evil aura on his body exceeded the sum of the other 6 evil dragons, reaching an unbelievable level. Could it be that, is the owner of this voice the most powerful evil dragon? 1-star dragon. As the scene changed, Sci-Fi stood up with difficulty and turned his attention to the source of the sound behind him. Everyone saw an evil humanoid creature with a pure white body with a small part of blue, several black bone spurs on its body, and a planet embedded on its forehead. 1-star dragon. Astonishing sense of oppression, in an instant, as if all the creatures in the world were crushed, the unparalleled evil aura spread to the world, covering the hearts of countless viewers. Is there such a terrifying guy in this world? Is this the real enemy? Facing such a terrifying 1-star dragon, the first thought that came to the minds of the vast majority of the audience was to escape. In this parallel world of Dragon Ball, there is no way anyone can defeat this guy. You can't even beat an injured monkey, you're such a disgrace. In the picture, as the voice of Yi Xinglong fell, the cyan shockwave from his fingertips roared out again, reaching towards Wukong's direction. However, something unexpected happened. The 4-star dragon actually blocked the attack of the 1-star dragon for Wukong, and was penetrated through the chest again. Sunday. Wukong, I want to have a showdown with you. As the final voice of the 4-star dragon fell, his body slowly dissipated and turned into a 4-star dragon. 4-star dragon. That being who could rival Super 4 was actually killed instantly by 1-star dragon in 2 moves. You bastard. Feeling the aura of the 4-star dragon disappear, even though Wukong's eyes are still invisible at the moment, he understands what happened. Boom. In an instant, golden arrogance suddenly exploded around Wukong. The terrifying aura swept out continuously, and the dazzling golden light swept across the heavens and the world, breaking through the limit again. Damn it, aren't you companions? I will never forgive you. In response to Wukong's question, Yi Xinglong showed a sneer, and said that all of this was Wukong's own fault. So he was born. After the two exchanged words, Yi Xinglong also began to show his true strength. Boom. In an instant, cyan arrogance seemed to be endless, constantly spurting out with the star dragon as the center. The terrifying erotic light swept across the entire planet in an instant, destroying everything within a radius of thousands of miles. Everything turned into nothingness. At this moment, the entire universe can see, that cyan light that illuminated all the worlds, and that incomparable aura made countless creatures tremble. The cyan light seemed to destroy some destructive energy. No one in its path was spared. The entire sky dimmed instantly. Mountains, rivers, land, rivers, etc. were all destroyed. A scene like the end of the world was reflected in everyone's eyes. Insight. This moment. Looking at the scene in front of them, countless viewers from all dimensions could not help but feel unprecedented fear, and a sense of fear from the depths of their souls instantly arose spontaneously. This power, how powerful it is. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 267. Looking at the scene in the picture, countless strong men in the world could not help but look dull, and huge waves were set off in their hearts. What just happened, in the world of pirates? Kaido, one of the 4 emperors, asked with a dull expression. Although, he just saw the scene in the picture for sure. However, he still couldn't understand it. Just a burst of powerful aura almost destroyed the entire planet. However, When Kaido looked at the three disasters and other subordinates on the side, he found that several guys were so scared that they peed on the spot. Even Yanjijin collapsed on the ground at this moment, and his whole body could not help but tremble. At the same time, Death God World, Godi 13 Team, Hueco Mundo Sui Palace. The world of Naruto, Akatsuki Organization, 5 major shadow villages, past shadow levels strong ones. The world of Fairy Tail, the major magic guilds, the 10 holy wizards, and the 12 shields of the holy saints. Doluo World, Wuhan Palace, 2 great empires, 10,000 years of ferocious beasts. Fighting Continent, 8 ancient tribes, 1 point, 1 tower, 2 sects, 3 valleys, and 4 square pavilions. God Realm, the most powerful God King, Poseidon, Shura God. At this moment, the strong men from countless dimensions were so frightened that they almost lost control of their bowels and urine. To know, they are not ordinary people who are easily frightened and cry. Ordinary people were scared to death. It doesn't mean that these top experts will also be scared to death. But, because of the tyrannical aura of the one-star dragon, these strong men who thought they were invincible in the world were so frightened that they peed their pants at this moment. At this moment, even the audiences in countless dimensions have become what they are at this moment. Those beings in the world of low martial arts, the world of science and technology, the world of film and television, the world of daily love, etc., are all fainted by fright at this moment. His whole body collapsed on the ground, completely unconscious. This is, one-star dragon. Possessing enough power to bring despair to countless dimensions. I am afraid, even this Dragon Ball world can no longer bear such an existence. This guy, the aura is so strong that it's a bit scary. In the world of Dragon Ball, Beerus, the god of destruction, couldn't help but frown slightly, with some surprise on his face. Really, his aura has surpassed the 4th level of Super Saiyan by so much, I'm afraid Goku will not be his opponent. Besides, Whis couldn't help but nodded, feeling a little surprised. These evil dragons, the strength is actually so powerful. It's so incredible. Wukong, can we really defeat this one-star dragon? On Earth, Klin and others could not help but feel despair at this moment. Such a powerful aura is really terrifying. This has surpassed Super 4 Goku by so much. In addition, Wukong's eyes can no longer see. How can it be possible to beat this one-star dragon? So terrible anger, what's happening to the earth? In the picture, Wukong, who has lost his vision, is feeling everything around him in disbelief, and a huge wave can't help but surge up in his heart. This powerful aura has surpassed him too much. Now that he has no eyes, he can't do it at all. Maybe he will be his opponent. This is simply the most powerful enemy he has ever encountered since he was born. Just go die, son Wukong. As Yuxing Long's voice fell, his fist suddenly fell on Wukong's face. The terrifying power instantly made Wukong vomit blood, and then he kicked him hard and flew him away. But, Wukong flew backwards at a fast speed, but one-star dragon was even faster and had already arrived at the trajectory of Wukong's flight. Facing such an enemy, even Super 4 Wukong felt powerless at this moment. Boom 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 boom. Punch after punch, Yuxing Long's fists continued to fall on Wukong's body, and terrifying power continued to pour into his body. Every time he punched, Wukong felt as if he had been severely injured, and he kept vomiting blood. The power of a one-star dragon, he has crushed Wukong at this moment countless times. This one-star dragon, isn't Beerus, the god of destruction, even more powerful? Looking at the scene in front of them, the audience from all over the world couldn't help but compare the one-star dragon in front of them with Beerus, the god of destruction. Of course, many people have seen the true strength of Beerus. After all, your battle with the god of destruction 111 has only happened not long ago. But they couldn't feel Beerus's aura, and the overwhelming strength and unparalleled aura of the one-star dragon shocked the hearts of most people. In this way, they have to compare with the one-star dragon. As for angels, then forget it, one-star dragon is still young. It's normal to be defeated. Wukong, how are you? Am I different from the previous few idiots? In the picture, looking at the embarrassed Super 4 Gaku, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but said contemptuously. In his eyes, then the other 6 evil dragons are trash. All of them combined may not be as powerful as him. Damn it, you are really powerful, they can't compare with you at all. Although Wukong gritted his teeth at this moment, he still reluctantly admitted the power of the monster in front of him. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Filu Novel Network. Your end has come. As the voice of one-star dragon fell, cyan shockwaves continued to blast out from his fingers, constantly chasing Wukong. Facing the attack of the one-star dragon, Wukong could only keep running away, trying to find opportunities to fight back. Boom! Taking advantage of one-star dragon's carelessness, Wukong suddenly punched it away, and then used the turtle-style Qigong wave. However, even though the red tenfold turtle Qigong wave successfully hit the one-star dragon, when the smoke cleared, his body was not damaged at all, as if Wukong's 10 times turtle-style Qigong wave was just scratching an itch. Let me tell you, I wasn't hurt at all. Looking at Wukong's unbelievable face, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth slightly, and said with a mocking expression. How can this be? 10 times the turtle-style Qigong wave has no effect. If this is your most powerful trick, you will never be able to defeat me. As Yu Xinglong's voice fell, a powerful energy suddenly condensed in his palm, and the blood-red light continued to bloom. The red Qigong wave suddenly rushed towards Wukong's direction, and it also tracked it. Bang! Even though Wukong kept running away, he was still hit by the terrifying Qigong wave. The terrifying energy exploded instantly. His whole body was scarred and he hung upside down on a high building, a miserable defeat. Even Super 4 Gaku could only end up like this when facing this extremely powerful one-star dragon. There is no one on earth who can be this guy's opponent. As the dazzling golden light flashed, Wukong's body also changed from the Super 4 form back to the normal weak little Wukong. At this moment, Wukong has reached his limit, both in terms of physical strength and injuries, there is no resistance at all. In response to this, the viewers from many dimensions and the warriors in the Dragon Ball world couldn't help but turn pale, and felt unprecedented fear in their hearts. Wukong, even Super 4 Gaku was defeated. Who else can stop the one-star dragon next? Son Wukong, your long reign as the strongest warrior in the universe is coming to an end today. In the picture, the one-star dragon laughed strangely, looked at Wukong with extremely contemptuous eyes, and then grabbed Wukong's collar. It's overkill for me to deal with a brat like you. Goodbye. As Yu Xinglong's voice fell, his palm suddenly let go of Wukong's collar, letting him fall freely. On the ground, in the trajectory of Wukong's body falling, a statue held a long sword, just in time. Can be used to pierce Gaku's heart. However, just when many viewers were despairing, the statue below exploded into pieces in an instant, and Wuxin also learned from the quick result that Wukong's fallen body. Who? As the smoke slowly dissipated, what caught the eyes of one-star dragon and all the spectators in the world were Goten and Yub. And, not only the two of them, but also Trunks, Gohan and even Chi-Chi and others are here now. Faced with the appearance of everyone, countless viewers were surprised and happy, and felt unprecedentedly excited. Since Kakarot can't win alone, let's go together. Even if you can't defeat the one-star dragon in the end, you will still die vigorously. We came here especially to watch Wukong fight. Even Shenlong has become our enemy, so neither God nor Buddha can save us. If Wukong loses, neither the earth nor us will be finished. In the picture, Kikai looked at Wukong's figure and couldn't help but start to cheer him up, In this case, Wukong, you must win. It seems that this is also the first time that Kikai has publicly supported Gaku in his battle. Everyone is here to help me, thank you. But you can't deal with him even with your hands. Although Wukong was very happy about this, he was also extremely worried and helpless. But, Gohan and others are also very clear about Gaku, and they came here to gather the Saiyan energy in them and focus it on Gaku through the last method. After all, except Gaku, no one can save the Earth. However, just when Wukong was moved, the one-star dragon in mid-air laughed wildly. What innocent words are you talking about? You yourself have seen his embarrassed look just now. Now do you still think he has the ability to correct this Earth? Of course. My dad is number one in the world. No, he is the strongest warrior in the universe. In response, Gohan's face was full of confidence. You are nothing at all. Boom. At this moment, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks transformed into Super Saiyans at the same time, and Yub's figure also appeared in mid-air to prevent the one-star dragon's sneak attack. In an instant, the entire sky was illuminated by golden light, and powerful Saiyan energy continued to pour into Wukong's body, making his originally weak aura continue to become stronger. Got it? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 268. This moment, looking at the scene in front of them, countless spectators from all over the world couldn't help but hold their breath and stared at Kakarot, who was wrapped in golden light in the picture. Come on, Kakarot. You must defeat this one-star dragon, only you can do it. Go beyond your limits again, you can do it. Regarding the scene before them, most of the audience naturally knew that Kakarot and the others did not want him to evolve into a Super Saiyan god. Instead, they want to transfer all their Saiyan energy to Kakarot. So, their aura plus Gaku's original powerful power may be able to surpass the 4th level of Super Saiyan in a violent form. What they could do without stepping into the realm of God was that their chi made Kakarot stronger. Dad, you must defeat this guy, and it's up to you to save the Earth. In the picture, Gohan looked at Wukong in the center and couldn't help but say to him, although I am not a dragon and cannot promise you anything, I will definitely try my best. As the powerful aura continued to pour into his body, Wukong's face was filled with a confident smile. I will use all your strength to defeat him. 970. At this moment, Wukong's whole body was bathed in extremely bright golden light, and wisps of colorful fluorescence appeared in the void. Really, Wukong? In mid-air, Yi Xinglong looked at Wukong's movements and couldn't help but say, although I really want to wait until your strength is fully restored before fighting you, but I hate watching others make such meaningless struggles. The words fell. The figure of a one-star dragon suddenly appeared above the heads of Wukong and the others, and then kicked Gohan and the others away with a sudden kick. Just a little bit short, I missed the opportunity to give you a fatal blow. What a pity. At this moment, even Super 4 Gaku is no match for one-star dragon, and ordinary Super Saiyans have no capital to fight with him. Moment. The one-star dragon defeated Gohan easily, and then flew into the air. A dazzling light wave condensed in his palm, and terrifying energy swept out instantly. Boom. However, just when the light wave was about to hit Gohan and others, Wukong suddenly used teleportation to bring everyone into the air, taking the opportunity to absorb energy again. It turns out that after just absorbing some energy from Gohan and others, Gaku was able to use teleportation at this moment, otherwise the ending would probably be bad. I see, it's teleportation. I want to see how much energy you can gather like this. In response to this, one-star dragon also gave up the pursuit and prepared to see what level Wukong could reach. Ah! Boom! As Wukong's roar came out, their whole body suddenly shook. A dazzling golden light burst out, and the dazzling golden light shone like a round sun, exuding endless power and terrifying energy. Very good, full of energy. Located in the center of Gohan and others, Wukong couldn't help but nodded as he felt the energy in his body, and then continued, although I'm a little embarrassed, please give me some power. How is this possible? If you inject more power, Dad, your body will not be able to support it. Maybe that's true, but since that guy's 10 times the turtle Kigong waves have no effect on him, if I can't get more power, there's no way I can win. At this moment, Wukong calmly analyzed the strength gap between the enemy and ourselves, and decided to give it a try. Rather than being defeated by one star dragon again, he would rather gamble his luck and try whether he can surpass his own limit. Ah! In an instant, the roars of Gohan and the three of them sounded at the same time. The energy in the body continued to emerge at this moment, and then passed into Wukong's body. The terrifying energy made Wukong's breath continue to flow. Swelling, crackling. As a series of astonishing electric arcs wrapped around Wukong's body, the pain caused by the powerful power at this moment also made Wukong's face become ferocious, but even so, Wukong still didn't stop absorbing power. Seeing such terrifying energy, one star dragon finally couldn't help but take action against Wukong and others. Facing the terrifying strength of the one-star dragon, even Yub, who had reached Super 3, could only withstand 1 or 2, and even couldn't hold on for more than 10 seconds. As Orb was defeated by the one-star dragon, Wukong and others' bodies were completely exposed to the attack range of the one-star dragon. But, just when Yuxinglong was about to attack Wukong, his pupils suddenly shrank, and his expression became extremely solemn at this moment. At the same time, a roar of a giant ape resounded throughout the world. In the golden light, everyone saw a golden giant ape at this moment. Its astonishing sense of oppression and unparalleled power shocked the one-star dragon and countless viewers. Those red eyes were filled with the violence of ancient ferocious beasts, which made people feel horrified. The next second, in the golden light, the golden giant ape transformed into the normal little Wukong. Immediately afterwards, he transformed into Wukong in the Super 4 form. A golden round sun with extremely powerful power appeared in everyone's eyes. The terrifying aura contained within made the hearts of countless strong men violently shake. As the dazzling light dissipated, Super Saiyan 4 Goku once again appeared in everyone's eyes. His eyes were still invisible at this moment, but his face was once again full of confidence. Now the super almighty Super Saiyan 4 has born, I call it Super Saiyan 4 full power. Super Saiyan 4 with full power. At this moment, the strongest warrior in the universe in history was born again. Beyond the power of Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4 with full power appears. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Fila Novel Network. For a moment, countless strong men in the world were shocked by the Kakarot in front of them. At this moment, Kakarot with Super 4 full power, the aura has expanded to the extreme, even surpassing the one-star dragon and reaching a whole new level. This powerful power can definitely defeat the one-star dragon. In this regard, fans who support Kakarot and the Dragon Ball warriors can't help but be full of confidence in Goku at this moment. What a powerful force! It can actually reach such a terrifying level. It's really terrifying. In the 11th universe of Dragon Ball world, Toppo's eyes suddenly shrank, and he felt extremely shocked in his heart. The current Sun Wukong, I am afraid that even in my full power form, I may not be able to defeat him. Besides, Jillian's eyes couldn't help but narrowed, and a strong fighting spirit emerged in his heart. Although his current strength may not be as strong as in the future, but it is still enough to easily crush the Super Blue form. But at this moment, facing Goku at Super 4 and full power, Jiren is not 100% sure of defeating him. Because this powerful aura was really terrifying. It had surpassed all the powerful men he had seen before, and even surpassed the God of Destruction. Reached the same level as angels. Certainly, it's just that the amount of breath has reached the same level as the angels. If we talk about the quality, the angel's breath is probably enough to easily crush Wukong, who is 100 times more powerful than Super 4. This is a qualitative gap that cannot be easily bridged. Stop bluffing. How is your appearance different now than just now? In the picture, Yu Xinglong couldn't help but frown at Wukong's words. 0. Try fighting with me and you will know the difference. Closing his eyes tightly, Wukong couldn't help but smile casually. Stop joking. With an angry roar, the powerful aura of one-star dragon continued to sweep out, violent sonic booms continued to explode around it, and its body suddenly moved towards Wukong's attack. However, one-star dragon's fist was powerful enough to easily crush Super 4, but Wukong easily blocked it. Even the subsequent attacks were constantly dodged, and he couldn't even touch a single hair of Wukong. In this regard, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but feel huge waves in his heart, feeling unbelievable. Obviously before, he just blasted Super 4 Goku's body away, but now facing his fierce offensive, this guy can actually dodge so easily. What is going on? It's useless, although I can't see it with my eyes, I can clearly feel your chi and completely grasp any action you make. Facing the attack of the one-star dragon, Kakarot dodged and said to the one-star dragon. The next moment, Wukong suddenly grabbed the horn on the head of the one-star dragon, and then suddenly threw it away. When it came out, the terrifying force instantly made a huge hole in the ground. You guy, I will never forgive you. In mid-air, Wukong's palm suddenly blasted out a golden shockwave. The terrifying shockwave carried suffocating energy and blasted towards the direction of one-star dragon. 2.2 When one-star dragon saw Wukong's movements, I also felt a little uneasy, and my body suddenly flew towards the distance. However, golden light waves suddenly exploded on the ground, spreading out continuously. The exploding golden light continued to expand at an alarming speed, and everything in the picture was swallowed up and annihilated. Finally, even though Yi Xinglong tried his best to escape, he was lucky enough to escape the devastating blow. Unfortunately. Seeing this, viewers from all major dimensions also understood the gap between one-star dragon and Super 4 full-power Wukong at this moment. One-star dragon. He is no longer the opponent of Super 4 Goku. In the picture, when the light dissipated, Wukong aimed at the direction where the one-star dragon was escaping, and condensed a red energy shockwave in his hand. 10 times the power of turtle-style Qigong. As Wukong's voice fell, the red shockwave fell instantly with unparalleled power, shrouding the one-star dragon with a horrified expression. Energy enough to destroy the universe continued to emerge, and the body of the one-star dragon continued to devouring. The crimson semicircular light shield enveloped most of the planet, and the terrifying power continued to spread out. The entire land continued to collapse at this moment, and the sky was instantly dyed bloody. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 269. Success. Very good. As the light gradually faded, the entire planet began to become calmer. Xiaofang and others couldn't help but feel ecstatic, and even the corners of Super 4 Goku's mouth began to rise slightly. Wukong, you fought so well and so bravely. That's great, Dad. Facing the compliments from Chi-Chi and Gohan, Wukong also felt a little happy. After all, this was the first time Chi-Chi praised him like this. Thanks to you too. The strongest and most evil one-star dragon has been eliminated. Now it is only a matter of time to collect the 7 Dragon Balls. Earth, the peace of the past will be restored again. Super 4 full power, it has reached such a powerful point. Looking at the scene in front of them, countless viewers couldn't help but feel unprecedentedly incredible. The weak ones kept kowtowing and worshipping, treating Super 4 Kakarot as if they were gods. The strong men were so shocked that they couldn't speak out, and they couldn't use words to describe the shock at this moment. Xian's limit, where is it? Even the extremely powerful one-star dragon was defeated. This is too terrible. The fourth level of Super Saiyan at full power is really awesome. Okay, Wukong wins. I knew that this guy Goku would definitely win. On the Dragon Ball world Earth, everyone couldn't help but feel unprecedented joy. 04 Krillin, Gohan, Yamcha, Kame Sennin and others all celebrated happily. However, regarding the scene in front of them, the gods of destruction and angels of the 12 universes, and even the high priests of the whole king, did not feel happy, but frowned slightly. Because, they felt strange. In the picture, just when Xiao Fang and others were about to collect the Dragon Balls, the Dragon Balls jumped on their own and moved in a certain direction. The next moment, under the unbelievable gazes of Wukong and others as well as countless spectators, a pure white arm suddenly stretched out from the wall and grabbed the Dragon Ball in his hand. Ah 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 ah! Amid everyone's exclamations, the figure of Yi Xinglong once again appeared in everyone's eyes. Although he looked a little embarrassed at the moment, he had not been severely injured, and his aura had not weakened much. One-star dragon, didn't I just beat you to death? Although he can't see with his eyes, Wukong can feel the evil and huge aura of the Yuxing dragon in front of him, which makes him frown and feel a little uneasy in his heart. You are really powerful, Wukong. I myself feel angry that I underestimated you, but now I won't. As the words fell, Yuxinglong swallowed the Dragon Ball in his hand, and his breath actually followed the Dragon Ball into his belly and began to become a little stronger. Oh no, he ate the Dragon Ball. In the midst of Xiaofang's exclamations and the incredible gazes of countless spectators, the Yuxing dragon continued to swallow one Dragon Ball after another until it swallowed all the remaining 6 Dragon Balls into its belly. Boom! Then, as Yi Xinglong swallowed all the Dragon Balls into his belly, his whole body suddenly exploded with light green light. The dazzling light instantly dyed the entire planet green, and powerful auras swept out continuously. See, this is my true face standing at the top of all evil dragons. Buzz. As the aura of the one-star dragon continued to expand, his chest suddenly shone with 7 colored lights, and then 7 round small holes appeared on his chest, and then 7 more. The blue-black star dragon ball, stained with evil aura, reflected on his abdomen. Instantly, the extremely powerful aura of the one-star dragon filled the air, overwhelming the entire starry sky with its unparalleled power, making everyone present so oppressive that it was difficult to breathe. This is Super One-Star Dragon. How can it be? The strength of this guy, One-Star Dragon, has actually increased again, and it has actually reached a point where it is even more powerful than the full power of Super 4. In an instant, the eyes of countless strong men in the world were split, and it was difficult to imagine how powerful One-Star Dragon was at this moment. Logically speaking, the universe Emperor Frieza is already like a ceiling to most of the world. But until the appearance of Cell Majin Buu and even the appearance of Beerus, the god of destruction. This completely shattered the cognitive limits of many viewers. However, the Super One-Star Dragon in the picture at this moment gave them a sense of oppression that even caused Beerus, the god of destruction, to a level that terrified countless strong men. The One-Star Dragon at this moment gives the audience the feeling. That is, even if a star dragon wants to destroy the universe at this moment, I am afraid it will only be a thought. This guy, it actually gathered the negative energy of all the evil dragons and became even more powerful. In the Dragon Ball world, the great priest looked at the Super One-Star Dragon in the picture and couldn't help but raise his eyebrows. If it weren't for the fact that he couldn't interfere with what happened in the picture, the great priest at this moment would have been unable to help but take action and kill the super dragon. One-Star Dragon erased such existence. It has begun to escape his control. Even if he continues to absorb negative energy in the future, it may even reach unimaginable levels. I can't believe that his strength has increased significantly again. In the picture, Gohan and others couldn't help but froze on the spot, cold sweat kept sliding down their cheeks, and they felt unprecedented fear. How about it? See how powerful I am. The power of the 6 evil dragons that I fought with you before are now all in my body. Slowly stretching his arms, Super One-Star Dragon couldn't help but show a confident expression, and felt an unprecedented sense of Dell's confidence in his heart. What, all those before, to read Bao's Huang novels, go to Filu Novel Network. Hearing this, Wukong, who was in the Super 4 full power form, couldn't help but change his face, and his originally happy mood suddenly fell to the bottom. He can clearly feel the One-Star Dragon at this moment. His strength has surpassed him by far. It's simply not something he can deal with. At this time, Chi-Chi on the side couldn't help but ask Gohan, at this moment, compared with the aura of One-Star Dragon and Goku, who is more powerful? But even Gohan doesn't know which one is stronger or weaker, because the strength levels of Super 4 full power Goku and Super One-Star Dragon are so high that he can't tell them apart at all. Ha 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 ha. Regarding everyone's conversation, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but feel that it was extremely ridiculous. Then he slowly raised his right arm, and a red wave suddenly spread, and he gently held it. Boom. Moment, the terrifying power swept out in an instant, and the unparalleled aura continued to wreak havoc, destroying areas hundreds of kilometers away, and Gohan and others were directly enveloped by the terrifying hurricane. Now, only Super 4 Goku can withstand the powerful aura of One-Star Dragon. One-Star Dragon, I am your real opponent. After feeling Gohan and others being swept away by the violent aura, Wukong couldn't help but said loudly. I know, that's why I want to create a suitable grave for you now. Hearing this, Wukong couldn't help but look at the people who were enveloped and blown away by the hurricane, with extremely anxious expression on his face. Even I can't believe this power. It's 10 times as strong as before, maybe even higher. You can't see it or believe it, but I can destroy everything with just a light force. After some harsh words to each other, Wukong and One-Star Dragon also started fighting. But, facing the fierce offensive of Wukong with Super 4 full power, Super One-Star Dragon did not even move half a step, but instead used the moves of 4-Star Dragon. That is, with a terrifying temperature of 6,000 degrees Celsius. More than that, at this moment, the One-Star Dragon has completely mastered the moves of the other 6 evil dragons. Under the terrifying strength of the Super One-Star Dragon, Super 4 Wukong could only continue to be beaten passively. In less than a minute, Super 4 Wukong had been beaten to the ground. Opening his eyes with difficulty, Wukong looked at himself in the fragments, and couldn't help but smile bitterly. I didn't expect that I would be beaten into such a mess. However, next moment. 917. Wukong also suddenly reacted. "Oh, you can see it? What are you doing? I'm ready here." Looking at Wukong's stunned figure, Yu Xinglong couldn't help but stretched out his palm, and a faint voice came out. "Yes, you are indeed scary, but I will defeat you completely now no matter what." Closing his eyes tightly, Wukong assumed the stance of Turtle School Qigong Wave, trying to start condensing the Qigong Wave. In response to this, One-Star Dragon couldn't help but laugh. After all, Wukong couldn't even aim at him correctly at the moment. Even, One-Star Dragon actively stood there, planning to withstand Wukong's full blow. After all, a blind man can't even hit his target correctly, how could he possibly hit him? Then do as you wish. Suddenly he opened his eyes, and under Yu Xinglong's incredible gaze, the azure blue Qigong wave from Wukong's palm suddenly blasted out, hitting Yu Xinglong's chest. Dragon Fist breaks out. At the same time that the Qigong wave hit the One-Star Dragon, Wukong's fist turned into a golden dragon head again, and the fist with unparalleled power instantly fell on the belly of the One-Star Dragon. The golden dragon carried unrivaled power. With everyone's hope. Boom. Finally, under the terrifying power of the Dragon Fist, the chest of the Super One-Star Dragon was instantly penetrated, Crackling golden arcs flashed around it, and then its body continued to explode, turning into pieces of red meat. This moment, everyone's faces were full of excitement, but the next second everyone also discovered the minced meat scattered around, and they felt frightened in their hearts. This is 5-star dragon's best skill. As countless pieces of meat continued to condense again, the body of the 1-star dragon slowly appeared in front of everyone's eyes again, and the aura on his body has not weakened at all. Looking at the scene in front of them, countless viewers in the world couldn't help but feel extremely desperate. Even the warriors in the Dragon Ball world felt extremely scared at this moment. This 1-star dragon, who else can defeat him? Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 270. At this moment, countless spectators in the world could not help but turn pale. Looking at the pure white figure in the picture, they felt unprecedented fear in their hearts. Hey, what a joke, the super 1-star dragon with immortality has no need to fight at all. In the world of pirates, Sanji couldn't help but suddenly put out the cigarette in his mouth, and his eyes kept shrinking. Damn it! After enduring such a strong blow, he was able to recover easily. Are you kidding me? This is too disappointing. If there is a huge disparity in strength and an ability similar to Majin Buu, Kakarot cannot win. In the world of One Punch Man, Xiao Tatsumaki couldn't help but exclaimed, and his whole body couldn't help but tremble. Damn it, how come this damn 1-star dragon is so powerful? Could it be that even Super Saiyan at full power cannot defeat him? In the world of Naruto and his team couldn't help but feel despair. You know, Super Saiyan 4 full power. That's the limit of a Saiyan. How can it be impossible for Kakarot to become stronger again and transform into the 5th level of Super Saiyan? So what else can we do now? What a joke, how could such a monster be defeated? He didn't use all his strength at all. Instead, he just kept playing. In the world of death, Kurosaki Ichigo couldn't help but clenched his fists, his face full of anger and deep powerlessness. Facing an existence like the super 1-star dragon. Even in his final crescent moon celestial form, it was impossible for him to cause extreme damage to him. At this moment, he really felt angry and powerless. What kind of creature is this? It's incredible that Dragon Ball can actually create such a being. In Hueco Mundo, Aizen widened his eyes, looking at the 4-star dragon in front of him, and his heart was filled with huge waves. Such a creature, it is completely opposite to ordinary creatures and angels. Could this extremely evil power really be produced by the Dragon Balls? To know, the creator of Dragon Ball is nothing more than a god. If the Dragon Balls of Namek had undergone such a change, or if we were making a bold assumption. Can anyone be able to withstand the negative energy generated by the Super Dragon? Even the Supreme God King, I'm afraid I can only tremble in the presence of the negative energy generated by the Super Dragon, right? Could it be that, is the parallel world in the future really doomed to destruction? In the world of Dragon Ball, Klin and others couldn't help but feel despair. Kikai and others even collapsed to the ground, their eyes filled with despair. You know, in this parallel world, there are no gods of destruction or angels. Moreover, the title at the beginning also indicated a special episode. It starts with Dragon Balls and ends with Dragon Balls. Could it be, will this parallel world end with the evil dragon destroying the entire universe? Now it seems, if you want to win, I'm afraid there is only one way. In the God of Destruction, Beerus raised his eyebrows and said slowly. Only by combining together can it be possible to defeat the super 1-star dragon. Besides, the angel Weiss also spoke slowly, thinking of the man who appeared in the previous scene. Now it seems, the earth is wrapped in evil energy, and it is impossible for Wukong and others to use earrings to fuse together. So, there is only one way left, and that is dance fusion. But, the current strength gap between Vegeta and Goku is too big. The fused Gogeta may not be as powerful as Super Forgaku at this time. Even, it is also possible that the fusion cannot be carried out because the strength gap is too large. Now, if he wants to win, Vegeta must once again surpass his limit and reach the 4th level of Super Saiyan, thus merging with Super Forgaku. The Gogeta fused in this way definitely has the power to crush the Super 1-star dragon. The trick you just did is indeed good, but it depends on the target you are using this trick. In the picture, Yuxing Long, who had recovered as before, couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth slightly, and slowly spoke in front of everyone's frightened eyes. Hateful, what should I do? Is there no way to defeat him? In response to this, Wukong, who was under the full power of Super 4, could not help but gnashed his teeth and his mind was running rapidly. But, no matter how fast Goku works his brain, he still can't think of a way to defeat the Super 1-star dragon. His 2 special moves have no effect on him, and the combination method is not feasible either. There is no way to defeat the 1-star dragon. I will make you completely comfortable now, so you don't have to worry about the fate of the earth anymore. As Yuxing Long's voice fell, the 7 stars on his chest suddenly emitted white light, and the powerful aura on his body continued to burst out at this moment. Run away. Before Wukong's voice could finish, the entire earth suddenly blasted out countless purple energy beams at this moment. Everyone was blown up at this moment, and time seemed to have stopped at this moment. Only see, in the horrified eyes of Goku and countless spectators, the body of the 1-star dragon kept appearing next to Gohan, Goten, Chi-Chi, Trunks, Satan and others, with terrifying power wrapped around the legs. Blast them to the ground. For the Super 1-star dragon at this moment, his speed has reached the extreme, and has even almost surpassed the power of time. In front of his eyes, everyone's movements are almost as if they are still. At last, the figure of the 1-star dragon also appeared behind Wukong, and his terrifying fist instantly knocked Wukong to the ground. Moment. All the soldiers were suppressed in less than tenths of a second. What caught everyone's eyes at this moment, there is only the devastated land and the soldiers scattered all over the place. To read Bao's Huang novels, go to Filu Novel Network. Looking at the earth, I am afraid that there are no warriors who can fight against the 1-star dragon at this moment. At this moment, countless dimensions were also in deathly silence. Most of the audience were trembling with trembling, and they felt an indescribable cold deep in their souls. This despair, sweeping through the entire universe through the screen. The only ones who can withstand such a scene at this moment are the truly strong ones at the top of the world. The scene continued to play. At this moment, Wukong fell to the ground, his body constantly shaking, and he managed to stand up with great difficulty. Severe pain spread throughout his body. Wukong now, his whole body was covered in injuries, and his strength was running low. I'm not dead yet. Looking at the figure of 1-star dragon, Super Forgaku said firmly. You will be liberated soon, son Wukong. After the two exchanged words, Wukong suddenly took advantage of Yi Xinglong's unpreparedness and suddenly grabbed the barb on his back. Now Wukong. The only way I can think of is the trick Vegeta used to deal with Majin Buu. Buzz. In the frightened gaze of Yi Xinglong, Wukong's body began to spread out waves of invisible fluctuations. The life in his body was continuously converted into energy at this moment. The red light curtain enveloped the two bodies, devastating. The terrifying energy is constantly flowing into it at this moment. That is to say, Wukong wants to kill the 1-star dragon by self-destructing. Now, this is really the only way. However, just when all the audience's eyes turned to Wukong, who was hugging the body of 1-star dragon tightly, a familiar voice suddenly sounded in everyone's ears. Kakarot, don't be too naive. Do you think this trick can kill him? If you die, the earth will be finished. As the familiar voice fell, Vegeta's figure also appeared in everyone's eyes. At this moment, the proud Saiyan Prince Vegeta officially joined the war. Finally, Vegeta is here. Seeing this scene, the strong men in the world also felt extremely relieved. Although Vegeta has a bad character, he is not a person who is greedy for life and afraid of death. At this moment, Vegeta rushes. Yeah, they must have found some way. At the same time, Vegeta, who saw the scene in the spaceship, couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. His future self finally joined the war. After all, from the beginning of this parallel world, there are really few scenes about him. Even when he appeared, he was controlled by Baby. I just kept paddling after that. Now that my future self has arrived, it obviously means that my future self must have a way to deal with the one-star dragon. In the picture, after learning of Vegeta's arrival, Goku couldn't help but be stunned, and then let one-star dragon escape from his restraints. The real battle begins now. Slowly walking to Wukong's side, Vegeta looked at the one-star dragon in mid-air and said with an extremely firm expression. Regarding this, Wukong couldn't help but feel puzzled. After all, Vegeta's aura seems to be gone now. What improvement? Do you think I would run into such a dangerous place without thinking about anything? Regarding Goku's doubts, Vegeta's face was full of confidence, and then he continued, Kakarot, I can already become Super Saiyan 4. Hearing this, Wukong took a few steps back with a look of disbelief on his face. Even many viewers were extremely surprised. This guy Vegeta, can he become the fourth Super Saiyan? In the Dragon Ball world, Vegeta was also extremely ecstatic at this moment. He stood up from his chair excitedly and his whole body was trembling with joy. Now. Very good, my future self can also become Super Saiyan 4. The scene continued to play, and Bulma slowly arrived at the location of Vegeta and others, and brought the Super Bolt's light-emitting device. Soon, the fluorescent light green Boolean light suddenly emitted and fell on Vegeta. As the light green light continued to pour in, Vegeta's body also began to change, transforming into a black giant ape. However, Vegeta, who had turned into a giant ape, seemed to have lost his mind. He kept blasting red cannons from his mouth, and the terrifying energy kept bombarding the ground. Scenes like nuclear explosions were constantly reflected in everything. Human eyesight. The entire Earth was showing a doomsday scene at this moment. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 271. Vegeta. At this moment, not only the Super 4 Kakarot in the picture felt ashamed, but also the audience in all the worlds were confused. It seems, this guy Vegeta seems to be just like Kakarot. There is simply no way to control the sanity of the giant ape turned gorilla. Many viewers also felt a little confused about this. After all, Vegeta also transformed into a giant ape before. He was able to control his reason at that time. Could it be that, is it because the power of the giant ape is too strong now that Vegeta loses his mind? In the Dragon Ball world, Vegeta could not help but raise the corners of his mouth slightly at this moment, looking at the question mark in the barrage and the shameful expression of Super 4 Goku, showing an incomprehensible expression. Hum. How ridiculous, you actually think that my noble Saiyan prince will be like you, a low-level warrior. After all, how could the prince of the Saiyans lose his mind due to the transformation into a giant ape? Although, the way he transformed into Super 4 through technology made him feel a little disdainful. But, strength is the real king, as long as you can become stronger. Using technology is not unacceptable. In the picture, the giant ape transformed by Vegeta continues to destroy everything, and even holds Super 4 Goku in his hands who is trying to stop him. Vegeta, it's me, feeling the huge power coming from the hands of ape Vegeta, Goku couldn't help but yelled. Haha, I thought something would happen. The so-called real battle is a confrontation between two monkeys. The one-star dragon suspended in mid-air beside him couldn't help laughing, full of interest in the scene in front of him. If possible. It's not like he can't enjoy the sight of two monkeys killing each other. However, just when everyone present and many viewers felt despair, cockroach. At this time, a hoarse voice reached the ears of everyone in the world. And this voice was clearly that of Vegeta. Immediately afterwards, in everyone's surprised eyes, strands of golden airflow continuously emerged from the body of Ape Vegeta. Ha ha ha, I am the Prince of the Saiyans, how could I lose my mind after turning into an ape? Loosening the hands holding Goku, Vegeta felt the power that was constantly erupting in his body. He only felt that the shackles that bound him suddenly broke at this moment, and an unprecedented powerful force continued to emerge throughout his body. Vegeta, you are great. Seeing this, Wukong couldn't help but praise. Regarding the situation in front of him, Wukong, others and the audience naturally knew what was going on. This is the sign of becoming the 4th level Super Saiyan. Xiao Fang has told this so many times before that Wukong and others almost vomited. Immediately afterwards, under the delighted eyes of everyone present and the shocked gaze of the audience, the black giant ape transformed by Vegeta actually turned into a golden giant ape under the reflection of the golden airflow. With the roar of the golden giant ape, his aura began to expand continuously at this moment, and the golden light like a star bursting out continued to shine out, and the extremely powerful power continued to sweep across the heavens and the world. Buzz. As the golden light dissipated, the huge figure of the golden giant ape shrank little by little, and finally turned into a single figure. Black with a hint of crimson shawl hair, a red tail and an upper body wrapped in red skin with an exposed chest, red eyeshadow and green pupils with an indescribable evil charm, enough to make all the world, the terrifying aura that shook the world suddenly came out. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta makes his grand debut. I kept you waiting, cockroach. As the words fell, the two of them looked at the Yuxing dragon not far away at the same time. Boom! In an instant, the breaths of the two people continued to burst out at this moment, and waves of golden fluctuations continued. The entire earth was shaking at this moment, and the terrifying auras swept out, spreading throughout the solar system, the Milky Way, and the entire universe in an instant. What a powerful sense of oppression! Looking at Super 4 Goku and Super 4 Vegeta, who burst out with powerful auras in mid-air, Gohan and others couldn't help but exclaimed, and were almost blown away by the auras erupted by the two. Snort, miscellaneous fish are miscellaneous fish, and no matter how many come, the situation will not change. Looking at Qianglu and Fang who burst out with a powerful aura, Yi Xinglong couldn't help but said disdainfully. Let's go, Vegeta. Cockroach, you should know very well, we have no chance of winning like this, do you understand? In Goku's confused eyes, Vegeta expressed Goku's worries. That's right, but now we have no choice but to fight him, although Wukong doesn't want to admit this, he can only bite the bullet now. Fusion, cockroach. At this moment, Vegeta raised the corners of his mouth slightly and said something that made Goku and all the viewers in the whole dimension feel incredible. Fusion. This guy Vegeta, he actually took the initiative to say that he wanted to integrate. This moment, all the viewers were stunned, looking at Super 4 Vegeta in the picture with wide eyes, feeling in disbelief. To know, every previous fusion or combination was extremely repulsive to Vegeta. In fact, Goku had to use Bulma to coerce Vegeta before he would be willing. But at this moment, Vegeta actually wants to merge? Is this guy in front of me really Vegeta? The warriors in the Dragon Ball world were all in disbelief about this. Even the god of destruction and the angels, even the great priest and all kings. At this moment, his eyes widened and his mouth opened extremely wide. Although many people have guessed this method, no one would guess that it was Vegeta who proposed the fusion. At the very least, he would have to be beaten violently by the Super 1-star dragon, and then find out in the end that he couldn't beat him and then fuse it. Like this now, it makes us very stupid. However, as shocking as it is shocking, most of the audience is extremely looking forward to the fusion of the two of them. The warrior produced by the fusion of the two most powerful 4th-level Super Saiyans in the universe, how powerful would that be? If you want to read Bao's Huang novels, go to Filu Novel Network. I'm afraid, you can even come across angel-level beings. I said fusion, didn't you understand? Start preparing now. In the picture, looking at Goku who was stunned on the spot, Vegeta had a somewhat impatient look on his face. To fuse, Dad and Uncle Vegeta are going to fuse. At this moment, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Chi-Chi and others all felt extremely excited. But Xiaofang showed a puzzled expression, and then asked Trunks at the side. After all, there was no Xiaofang during the time of Majin Buu. Of course, I don't understand why the fusion of these two words makes everyone so excited. Fusion, there is indeed the trick. In this regard, Wukong reacted after being stunned for a moment, showing a nostalgic smile. You two better not be too complacent, I won't let you continue to be presumptuous. Moment, as the voice fell, the figure of 1-star dragon suddenly rushed towards Wukong and the two. And just then, Trunks and others also stepped forward to stop 1-star dragon, trying to let Goku and others merge. But when everyone was trying their best to delay time, Wukong burst out laughing. What's so funny? In this regard, Vegeta couldn't help but feel a little angry. I'm not making fun of you, I'm so happy, I just didn't expect to hear the word fusion from your mouth. Really boring. With a cold snort, Vegeta made a fusion gesture. At this moment, for the sake of the Earth and his beloved Bulma and others, he didn't want to waste a single moment of time. That's great, Vegeta. Seeing this, Goku also jumped to the side and made the opposite gesture to Vegeta. You are dreaming. In response, 1-star dragon rushed towards the two of them with a ferocious expression, but was stopped by Trunks again. At the same time, melt, combine. As the two people's voices fell, they also completed the fusion action in an instant. As their fingers were aligned, golden thunder continued to shine out. Buzz. As the dazzling golden light enveloped the two people's bodies, powerful power continued to spread at this moment. Even the Super 1-star dragon could not break through the terrifying golden light at this moment, and was even blown away. Accompanied by the exciting music, under the gaze of everyone in the world. Bathed in golden light, a figure appeared in front of everyone's eyes, making everyone present and countless spectators in all worlds ecstatic. White martial arts pants and a blue belt tied around the waist. The upper body is wrapped in dark red skin and exposes the chest. The long red hair is exposed around the waist. Red hair, red tail, the ultimate warrior with red eyes slowly opened his eyes under everyone's gaze. Boom! In an instant, an extremely huge aura and unparalleled power swept across the heavens and all realms at this moment. The powerful aura that the dimensional wall could not bear shrouded everyone's hearts at this moment, causing countless famous people to the strong men felt unprecedented horror. At this moment, God of Destruction Beerus, Angel Whis, gods of destruction and angels from other universes, and even many powerful people from the 12 universes, even the company that claims to be above the God of Destruction. At this moment, he slowly stood up and looked at the figure in front of him with extremely solemn eyes. Combined warrior. The strongest warrior in the dimension, Super 4 Gogeta appears. Looking at the man in front of them, the entire audience in the world was excited at this moment. Countless people began to kneel down to worship the gods. Some strong men even showed unprecedented gaffes. The feeling the man in the picture in front of them gave them was beyond anything they had experienced before. Different from the god of destruction, angels, and even the king and the great priest who cannot feel the breath and life level. The aura and life level of Super 4 Gogeta made them feel an unprecedented shock. The feeling was like a god and an ant, which made them feel inferior. Taking stock of the people in the world, starting with the fate of the country. Author, Red Lotus. Chapter 272. Just this moment. Audiences from all over the world and countless dimensions, creatures that cannot be counted in numerical units, and powerful men who are famous in their respective worlds all knelt on the ground at this moment. Whether it was an ordinary small creature or a creature as big as an island planet, they were all frightened by the unparalleled power at this moment and fell to their knees on the ground. This is from the terrifying power of Super 4 Gajata. That aura of terror that transcends everything and that level of life that makes people feel extremely horrified. At this moment, the hearts of countless viewers were instantly overwhelmed. Shocking. At this moment, countless viewers are extremely shocked. This is the real strongest warrior in the dimension. When a warrior can reach the height of Super 4 Gajata, he has transcended the concept of a warrior and reached a new realm that is difficult for countless strong men in the world to reach. Demon Slayer World, Bleach World, Fairy Tale World, Pirate World, Inuyasha World, Tudor World, Xingyu World, Saint Seiya World, Condor Heroes World, Fairy Sword World, King World, Tibet Continent, Dopo World, Dulugo World, One Leaf Covers the Sky World, and countless dimensional worlds in the heavens and worlds. At this moment, almost all the audience were shocked beyond words, and the only expressions on their faces were dullness. Their pupils continued to shrink at this moment, their facial features continued to tremble at this moment, and their whole bodies continued to tremble. Even the depths of their souls felt an unparalleled shock. They could only watch helplessly as the man bathing in the red figure in the golden light. Who are you? In the picture, even the Super 1-star dragon, which has absorbed 7 Dragon Balls and surpassed its limits and reached a new realm, couldn't help but tremblingly asked at this moment. Me? I am neither Son Goku nor Vegeta, I am the one who can defeat you. The corners of his mouth were slightly raised. Super 4 Gajata's face was filled with unparalleled confidence. An extremely powerful aura spread out from the center of it. At this moment, the entire universe seemed to be on the verge of being unable to bear his aura. Collapse. As soon as the words fell, Super 4 Gajata's eyes suddenly condensed as he looked at the Super 1-star dragon. An extremely powerful aura wrapped in infinite power swept towards the Super 1-star dragon in an instant. Boom. In an instant, a Super 1-star dragon that was originally so powerful that it broke through the dimensional wall and brought despair to everyone and countless viewers. Unexpectedly, under the power of Super 4 Gajata's terrifying aura, he suddenly flew out. How can this be? At this moment, countless viewers looked in disbelief. Not only Xiaofang and others present, but most of the viewers watching the scene were also dumbfounded. Super 4 Gajata's strength, it's so terrifying. What a powerful aura, that Super 1-star dragon's aura, under his powerful aura, is like a drop in the ocean. In the world of One Leaf Covering the Sky, Emperor Wuxi, who was on the road to becoming an immortal, could not help but marvel at this moment. At this moment, even though he had become immortal, he was still amazed by the strength of Super 4 Gajata. This powerful aura is no less powerful than his. In the picture, as the exciting music sounds, the whole body of Super 4 Gajata suddenly bursts out with golden flames. Under the dots of starlight, Gajata is like an ancient god in mythology at this moment, which is breathtaking. I felt extremely shocked. On the other side, after being stunned for a moment, 1-star dragon couldn't help but roared towards Super 4 Gajata again. He doesn't believe it. There is actually a being more powerful than him in this universe. However, the moment the Super 1-star dragon's fist hit Gajata, his body seemed to be hit by an extremely powerful force at this moment, and he flew backwards involuntarily. What? Suspensed in mid-air, Yi Xinglong felt bursts of severe pain in his body. His internal organs seemed to be broken at this moment, and even his nose did not know when blood flowed out. Just, what happened? Not only the one-star dragon, but also countless viewers were extremely confused at this moment, not knowing what just happened on the screen. Like, Gogeta didn't move just now. Why did the super one-star dragon's body fly backwards all of a sudden? What a terrifying speed. The strength of this Super 4 Gogeta is much stronger than I imagined. In the world of Dragon Ball, Beerus couldn't help but frown, feeling extremely shocked in his heart. He originally thought, although Super 4 Gogeta is very strong, he should be able to defeat him easily. But the moment he saw Super 4 Gogeta take action, Beerus couldn't help but feel solemn in his heart. This guy, I am afraid that the real strength will not be inferior to that of myself who explodes with all her strength. It's really unbelievable. Such a powerful existence could be born in that parallel universe. It's simply amazing. Besides, the angel Whis couldn't help but sigh, and the shock in his heart was even stronger than when he saw Wukong comprehending the ultimate power of freedom. This kind of power, very strong. It was so powerful that even he couldn't ignore it easily. Even the amount of his aura is inferior to Super 4 Gogeta. Humph, you just punched me 3 times in a row, and it was just a nosebleed. Looking at Yi Xinglong's confused expression, Gogeta couldn't help but laugh jokingly. Hit 3 times in a row? What are you saying? In this regard, Yi Xinglong's face was full of doubts. He didn't see anything just now. I didn't even feel Gogeta taking action. Then I will let you see it clearly this time, and I will finish it slowly. To read exciting novels, go to Fila Novel Network. Gogeta said provocatively as he raised his fingers at the Super One-Star Dragon. Stop talking. With a loud roar, the One-Star Dragon's body rushed towards Gogeta again. However, the one-star dragon that came in front of Gogeta was suddenly hit by an offensive. Then in the scene that was slowed down countless times, everyone saw Gogeta's left leg shot out in an instant, hundreds of millions of times faster than the speed of light. With such speed, it hit the Yuxing dragon's body in an instant. Boom! As a violent roar came, the body of the Super One-Star Dragon was instantly kicked out by the terrifying power of Super 4 Gogeta. At this moment, even if Gogeta could slow down his speed, the Super One-Star Dragon still had no ability to parry at all. Even the audience almost didn't get to see Gogeta in action. However, although they were not able to fully see Gogeta's movements, it did not prevent the audience from being shocked at this moment. In an instant, countless dimensions in the heavens and worlds boiled with excitement, and countless passionate young people and ignorant girls screamed heartbreakingly at this moment. Not only them, but also newborn babies and even old men who are dying are excited beyond words. From young Lolita, to mature women in their 30s and 40s, to women who are hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of millions, and trillions of years old, at this moment, we all fell in love with Super 4 Gogeta and vowed to marry him forever and ever. Even Xiao Wu, the aura of God King Poseidon, the most powerful god in the god realm, fell in love with Gogeta at this moment, and even kicked her husband's little brother to pieces with a critical attack to express her love for him. Gogeta's love. In the eyes of countless viewers, the warriors fused in the 4th stage of Super Saiyan. Already above this parallel world, beyond all the laws of the world. It's awesome, they are so strong. Of course, because Goku and my Vegeta are now one. Great, come on, hit him a few more times, come on. In the picture, Kikai, Bulma, and even Xiao Fang shouted excitedly at this moment, full of unparalleled confidence in Gogeta. Impossible, how could this be possible, how could I? In mid-air, the Super One-Star Dragon's face was bruised and swollen at the moment, the corners of his eyes were twitching constantly, and his white teeth were even missing one of his front teeth. Can't believe what's happening. This is beyond his cognitive scope. There are actually people in this world who are stronger than him. How could I lose? With the angry voice of one star dragon, his body suddenly rushed towards Gajata again, but at the last moment, Gajata sidestepped him and crashed into the ground in a state of embarrassment. "What are you doing, fool?" Looking at the one-star dragon lying on the ground, Gajata couldn't help but taunted again. "Why are you dawdling there, you old fool? Old fool? How dare you call me an old fool? I just got carried away after my strength increased just a little. Go to hell." In response, the super one-star dragon raised his palm angrily, and his 5 fingers continued to emit dazzling light waves. The overwhelming golden light waves continued to rush towards Gajata's direction. Die! In the roar of the super one-star dragon, Super 4 Gajata not only did not dodge, but instead used his physical body to bear all the light wave attacks of the one-star dragon. As the light waves continued to fall on Gajata, huge smoke and dust continued to spread out, shrouding his body. "No matter how powerful you are, you can't survive the attack I just did." Yuxinglong is extremely confident in his attacks. However, when the smoke dissipates, the figure of Super 4 Gajata is still intact in everyone's eyes. Except for a little dust on his body, there is no damage at all. Under the excited gaze of Yuxinglong, Gajata's body kept shaking, and then he couldn't help laughing out loud. It's so comfortable, that feeling is really great." "What did you say?" "Just hit here this time. My shoulders are often a little sore." In this regard, Super 4 Gajata couldn't help but pointed to his shoulders, wanting Yuxinglong to use the shockwave to massage himself again. At this moment, looking at the scene happening in front of them, countless viewers in the world, we couldn't help but dumbfounded. This Gajata. As expected, he has inherited the fine traditions of the Xians. It's so frivolous and pretentious. Door.